Before I show you the derivatives of some more functions besides polynomials, I need to show you a couple of limits. Actually, 3 limits. Right now, these are limits that I really only need you to see because they're going to pop up in the definition of the derivative for sine of x, for cosine of x, and for e to the x. The first one I want you to see is what happens to cosine of x minus 1, all divided by x, as x gets close to 0. And as you can see from the graph of this function, even though it is undefined at x equals 0, as we get close to x equals 0 from the left, and as we get close to x equals 0 from the right, the y value of the function is getting close to 0. So, the limit as x approaches 0 of cosine x minus 1 divided by x, that limit is 0. The next one I want you to see is sine of x divided by x as x gets close to 0. As we come from the left and we come from the right, my x values getting closer and closer to x equals 0 from the left and the right. You can see my y values are getting closer and closer to 1. At x equals 0, the function sine x divided by x is undefined. But as I come from the left and I come from the right, the y value of that function gets close to 1. So, the limit as x approaches 0 of sine of x divided by x is 1. And then the last one I want you to see is e to the x minus 1 divided by x. Again, this function is undefined at x equals 0. There we go. Almost. There it is. All right. But as I come from the left, I come from the right, with my x values getting closer and closer to 0, my y values get closer and closer to 1. So as x gets close to 0, e to the x minus 1 divided by x gets close to 1. So those are 3 limits that I'm going to need in deriving a couple of formulas for some more derivatives.